one morning and finding that the water from your tap is unsafe to drink, cook, or even bathe with. This is not just a hypothetical situation. It has already happened in Malaysia. Water pollution is no longer an environmental issue alone, but a serious threat to our daily lives, health, and national water security. Why water pollution is relevant in Malaysia? Water pollution is especially critical in Malaysia because 98% of our water supply comes directly from surface waters such as rivers. This means that any contamination can immediately affect millions of people. Rapid industrialization and urban development have introduced hazardous pollutants into rivers, including toxic chemicals from factories, vehicle, and urban runoff. These pollutants have been detected in major rivers such as Sungai Kelang, Sungai Perak, and Sungai Kim. The impact of public health is significant. Incidents like the Sungai Kim pollution resulted in thousands of hospitalizations due to toxic exposure, clearly showing how water pollution directly threatens human health and safety. This slide shows the trend of river water quality in Malaysia from 2008 to 2020. Over this 12-year period, we can see the clear fluctuation in river health, although there are years where the number of clean or good rivers increases. Polluted and slightly polluted rivers remain a persistent issue. What is more concerning is that the number of polluted rivers does not decrease consistently. This indicates that despite regulations and monitoring, human activities continue to place pressure on our river system, affecting their long-term sustainability.
The Kim River is a 1.5 to 3 km long river flowing through Pasir Gudang, Johor. It supports local communities by providing water for domestic, agricultural, and industrial use, and is a home to diverse aquatic life such as fish, crabs, prawns, and also clams. It flows through a highly industrialized area surrounded by factories as well as residential neighborhoods and several schools. Because the river is commonly used as a drainage outlet for nearby factories, it is highly vulnerable to chemical and industrial pollution. Illegal dumping of toxic industrial waste has caused severe pollution, damaging the river's ecosystem, affecting water quality, threatening public health, and harming the livelihood of nearby residents. On 7 March 2019, students and teachers in nearby schools suffered from breathing difficulties due to toxic fumes. Over the next 2 days, authorities traced the source to illegal dumping by P-Tech resources, where around 15 types of chemical waste were discharged into Sungai Kim. The toxic fumes spread, affecting more residents and prompting a large-scale river cleanup. By 11 March, over 2,700 residents, soft medical treatment and emergency team were deployed to contain the chemical reaction. On 13 March, the total number of affected people reached 4,000, leading to the closure of 111 schools. 9 individuals responsible for illegal dumping were arrested. P-Tech Resources was charged 320,000 as a fine, while the lorry driver was around 100,000. Finally, on 17 March, the river was fully cleaned, with 900 tons of contaminated salt and waste removed, and the schools were gradually reopened. The Sungai Kim pollution was influenced by several factors. One major factor is the high concentration of factories in Pasir Gudang, which increases the risk of industrial waste being discharged into the river. Another factor is poor waste management awareness, where some factory operators did not follow proper procedures for handling hazardous chemicals. Finally, weak enforcement and monitoring by authorities meant that illegal dumping went undetected for a long time, allowing toxic waste to accumulate in the river and threaten both the environment and nearby communities.
Next are the causes of the Sungai Kim pollution. Firstly, illegal dumping of waste into the river was the main cause of this incident. Toxic chemical waste was illegally dumped into Sungai Kim Kim, which polluted the river and released harmful fumes that affected nearby residents and school students. Secondly, oil and chemical spills played a major role in this case. The chemicals dumped into the river were hazardous substances, and once they entered the water, they caused environmental damage and serious health effects. Lastly, improper household waste disposal also contributes to river pollution. Waste thrown into drains and rivers can accumulate and worsen pollution, making rivers more vulnerable when incidents like Sungai Kim Kim occur. In conclusion, the Sungai Kim Kim case highlights the need for responsible waste disposal and stricter enforcement to prevent river pollution in Malaysia.
First, let's look at the short-term impacts. During the Sungai Kim Kim chemical pollution incident, nearby communities were affected almost immediately. People experienced eye irritation, breathing difficulties, nausea, and dizziness because of the toxic fumes released from the river. The situation got so serious that 111 schools had to be closed and more than 2,700 people sought medical treatment. Hospitals recorded a sudden increase in respiratory cases. There were also signs of environmental stress such as fish deaths and a strong toxic odor coming from the river. In addition, there were risks to the water supply, especially from users downstream. Next, let's look at the long-term impacts. The chemicals released into the river caused ecosystem damage, reducing biodiversity and slowing down river recovery. Some pollutants like benzene and acrylonitrile can stay in the soil and water for many years, causing long-term contamination. Economically, the incident created a heavy burden. The cleanup operations alone cost more than RM10 million and many local businesses were affected. The community also experienced stress and anxiety, and many people lost trust in how industrial waste is managed. Finally, the river's water quality index or WQI decreased, which means higher water treatment costs in the future.
Next, here there are so many ways to prevent from water pollution. Let's break down 3 of them. First, restrict the law and do heavy penalties on illegal chemical waste dumping. Secondly, monitor factories closely and ensure proper disposal of industrial waste. Thirdly, improve wastewater treatment system in industrial areas. And more. In conclusion, the Sungai Kim Kim incident shows that it can be severely harmful to human health, the environment, and the ecosystem. The way and time it happened, as well as the factors behind it, portray how severe the consequences can be. Therefore, we must prevent such incidents from happening again, as prevention is more effective than dealing with the serious consequences. Remember, prevention is better than cure.